Do you think this statement is going to be fact or fiction? If a ghost has ghostwriting as a piece of evidence and it has not written in the book yet, and you place that ghostwriting book on top of a crucifix, then the ghost will always prioritize interacting with the book over interacting with the crucifix, thus essentially making the ghostwriting book almost as if it's another crucifix. Well, I felt like there was no way that this would be the case, but I did have this commenter here leave this saying it was true, and I knew I had to test it because it sounded so unbelievable. What do you think? Is that going to be fact or fiction? Let's go into testing and exactly what I did to set it up. I set up a custom difficulty setting where we had the mirror to find the ghost room fast, and we set the change favorite room to none, and then set roaming to low so it wouldn't roam very far, and we had a much higher chance of it using the crucifix or the book. So I would go into the house, look into the mirror so we could find the ghost room fast, and then I would place a crucifix and a book in the room, and then one just outside of it in case it did happen to roam outside. Once I had both fully set up, I then used the mirror to drain my sanity to put us into hunting range. Then we were going to see what was used first. So again, for this to work, we would never see the ghost be a ghost writing ghost if it used a crucifix first. So let's go into this first game. We set everything up and the ghost used a crucifix instead of the ghost writing book. So therefore, I just went ahead and left. I didn't bother sticking around because I wanted to do this fast. And I would say, well, this would not be a ghost writing ghost. This ghost was not. It was a Raiju. So far, so good on this statement. The second game is really where things sort of started falling apart. So the ghost was in the laundry room. So again, we set the book up and the crucifix, and then I set one in the living room. Well, the ghost used the crucifix, and then immediately afterwards, it started writing in the book, which would seem to make that the statement would be false. But it was very interesting how it almost happened immediately. So I thought maybe there is something there and some kind of connection between a crucifix and a ghostwriting book. So I knew I had to keep on testing. So here we set everything up again, and the ghost actually writes in the book before using the crucifix this time. That would actually help the statement. So this next game, the ghost uses the crucifix. We wait a second and see if it's going to write in the book. It does not. So this should mean that we do not have a ghostwriting ghost, but we ended up with a revenant which has ghostwriting as a piece of evidence. So does this mean that it's useless to put a ghostwriting book on top of a crucifix? Not necessarily. Like, you wouldn't be wrong to do it. There's nothing that says you shouldn't, but there's also nothing that says you quite should, because these results were all over the place. And again, it just seems like ghostwriting just kind of comes down to luck anyways. Also in this, we were draining our sanity very fast. And so I feel like if you were to set this up normally, you would probably get ghostwriting prior to being in hunting range, but ghostwriting can still take a while to get. I still think if you are looking to get ghostwriting faster, you would be better off just taking all the interactable items out of the room. So therefore the ghost has more likely chance of just interacting with the book. But the statement that ghostwriting ghosts will prioritize writing in the book over using a crucifix is going to be fiction. But if you are looking for some great tips on how to use the crucifix and how it actually works, click or tap the screen now as I have a guide going over that. Also, if you have anything you would like me to test, leave a comment down below what it is, and if it's interesting enough, I always love testing things. Thanks for watching, everybody. Happy hunting, and I will see you in the next one.